Next news. Breaking news from the White House.
This week, Marco Rubio stepped into the White House briefing room and turned heads across the nation. He didn't just answer questions from a frenzied press corps. He delivered a message so clear and powerful, it's reshaping the entire 2028 race. The oddsmakers have taken notice. Rubio surged straight to the top. President Trump added fuel to the fire when asked about his own vice president. The establishment's already panicking. So what does this moment really mean for the future of America first? See, every American who believes in opportunity over identity politics now has a fresh reason to feel hopeful. Rubio's vision rejects limits based on birth or skin color and instead celebrates the ability to overcome challenges and achieve full potential. That message lands hard with working families tired of division. Communities across the heartland see a leader who understands perpetual improvement and each generation leaving the next freer and more prosperous. Now, politically, the field is wide open. With Trump refusing to crown any single successor, the race stays competitive and true conservatives keep their voice. Now, this matters because the alternative is the same tired attacks from the left that weaponize race and try to tie every Republican to invented scandals. Now, before we go further into what this rising star means for real American resilience, Jonathan Otto has a wonderful tool that we have brought into our home, keeping our bodies strong for the fight ahead. You've probably seen the clip of Joe Rogan sitting with Mel Gibson talking about people close to him who went through serious health struggles and then saw dramatic turnarounds. Rogan brings up light-based therapies and how they impact the body at the cellular level. Gibson says it's straight, the stuff works. See, that got my attention because in my own life I watched something very similar unfold. For a long time, my wife was dealing with constant discomfort and anxiety. It was one of those situations where modern approaches were not delivering results, and then we discovered red light therapy from Jonathan Otto at myredlight.com. The difference was immediate and lasting. Make sure when you go to that website, use NNN25 for 25% off individual items or NNN30 for 30% off bundles and give your family the same edge that I did. Now back to the story of leadership that matches the same drive for renewal and strength. See, Rubio's message is not just words, it's the same spirit of perpetual improvement that built this nation. While the media elite melt down over his loyalty to Trump and the American people are responding, the video's gone viral for a reason. It reminds every viewer that our story is one of continuous progress towards the founder's vision. This was breaking. Marco Rubio is now the clear favorite to win the 2028 presidency. That's what the betting markets are saying. That's from Kalshi. So Kalshi has Rubio as the odds-on favorite right now for 2028, but the real test came when he stepped in front of the press corps. Rubio's latest role as press secretary was phenomenal. He knocked question after question from a frenzied press corps out of the park, gave a perfect answer when he was asked, "What's your hope for America at such a time as this?" Here's his response.
Back row, yellow tie. Back row,
Secretary,
yeah.
With CBN News, you've had a deep faith for God and country. At the end of the day, with all that you've been involved in,
keep going.
You've been extremely busy.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
As we all know. I got to ask you, what is your hope for America at a time such as this?
My hope for America?
And how do you personally deal with that?
Yeah, look, I mean, my hope for America is what it's always been. I think it's the hope I hope we all share. We want it to continue to be the place where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, where you're not limited by the circumstances of your birth, by the color of your skin, by your ethnicity, but frankly, it's a place where you are able to overcome challenges and achieve your full potential. I think that should be the goal of every country in the world, frankly, but I think in the U.S., we're not perfect. Our history is not one of perfection, but it's still better than anybody else's history, and ours is a story of perpetual improvement. Each generation has left the next generation of Americans freer, more prosperous, safer, and that is our goal as well. But it is a unique and exceptional country, and as we come upon this 250-year anniversary, I think we have a lot to learn and be proud of in our history. It is one of perpetual and continuous improvement, where each generation has done its part to bring us closer to fulfilling the vision that the founders of this country had upon its founding. So, thank you. All right. I have time for 2 more questions.
That's the clip. That's the clip that's going viral. Secretary Rubio has now surged to become the favorite to win the 2028 presidential election. He's overtaken both Gavin Newsom and J.D. Vance and now sits at 20% chance of winning it all. And today he dropped one of the most powerful political videos ever aired. Now, everyone's saying that this feels like a presidential level teaser.
I got to ask you, what is your hope for America at a time such as this?
And what's interesting is
My
that
hope
they're
for
using
America?
the audio from the press briefing in this clip that is dropped.
And my hope for America is what it's always been. I think it's the hope I hope we all share. We want it to continue to be the place where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, where you're not limited by the circumstances of your birth, by the color of your skin, by your ethnicity, but frankly, it's a place where you are able to overcome challenges and achieve your full potential. I think that should be the goal of every country in the world, but I think in the U.S., we're not perfect. Our history is not one of perfection, but it's still better than anybody else's history. And ours is a story of perpetual improvement. Each generation has left the next generation of Americans freer, more prosperous, safer, and that is our goal as well. And as we come upon this 250-year anniversary, I think we have a lot to learn and be proud of in our history. It is one of perpetual and continuous improvement, where each generation has done its part to bring us closer to fulfilling the vision that the founders of this country had upon its founding.
That's what the White House produced. So the numbers back it up. Rubio jumping to the top with a 20% shot at the nomination after his press appearance. Nicholas Fondacaro noting that the staunchly racist Sonny Hassan doubles down on the incendiary suggestion that Rubio is a race traitor. You ready? Listen to this.
Odds-on favorite for the Republican nominee for 2028 as of today are absolutely Marco Rubio.
Well, then the Republicans are going to lose, because I do not think that Marco Rubio can remove the stench of the Trump administration from his very being. He is the son of immigrants from Cuba that came here in 1956. How dare he stand by complicitly and allow Latinos to be rounded up, allow American citizens to be shot in the face and shot in the chest and shot in the back? How dare he allow the voting, stand by idly while the Voting Rights Act is gutted and disenfranchising African-American voting, something that African-Americans who built this joint for free, who built this country for free, be disenfranchised of their vote. And at the moment, as the Secretary of State, immigrants from travel ban countries are currently in limbo. The Trump administration has expanded travel restrictions to include 39 countries facing full or partial bans, a lot Black and brown countries. And what about Haiti? You think a Haitian is allowed to be here with their temporary status just thrown away and going back to a country that is in complete political turmoil when his very parents left political turmoil and found asylum here?
Actually, can I tell you something?
Oh my goodness. She just threw out every single talking point. Of course, the left can't stand it. She's calling him a race traitor for standing with the Trump agenda. And here's the moment when Trump was asked about J.D. Vance as his successor. Listen to this moment.
Do you view Vice President J.D. Vance as your successor, the Republican nominee in 2028?
No, but he's very capable. I mean, I don't think that I think you have a lot of very capable people. So far, I think he's doing a fantastic job. It's too early. We're just starting.
But by the time you get to the midterms, he's going to be looking for an endorsement.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that this has been the greatest opening, almost 3 weeks, in the history of the presidency.
It's definitely been the fastest and the most stuff
Well,
happening.
we've done so much so fast, and we really had to, because they have really, what they've done to our country is so sad. It's so sad. We're going to be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before.
Okay, listen. Straight up, Trump comes out the gate with a strong no.
Do you view Vice President J.D. Vance as your successor, the Republican nominee in 2028?
No, but he's very...
No. I mean, he did not hedge. That was a straight up no. So Trump isn't handing the nomination to Vance, which leaves the door wide open. And this production looks like Rubio just walked right through it. Even Laura Loomer says this looks like it could be a launch video for a presidential campaign. Amazing production quality and vibes. So, this is a big deal. The betting market's here. I know it's early, but we have another election cycle ahead of us. The real truth is that President Trump has blown the door wide open on 2028. By refusing to name J.D. Vance as the automatic successor, he's invited the strongest possible field, and Rubio's already proving he can command the room with discipline and presidential tone. That leaves the Democrats exposed. Their only response is Sonny Hostin accusing him of being a race traitor simply for serving his country. This backlash proves the threat. Rubio represents the America First future they cannot stop. So Rubio is emerging as a serious contender because he speaks directly to the hope we all share. The 2028 race is now wide open, and that's good news for conservatives who want proven fighters. So share this report with everyone who believes in opportunity over grievance. Drop a comment below and let me know, do you see Rubio as the man to carry the torch? And text raw feed to 844-840-4963 like the hundreds of other patriots already have who are bypassing the algorithm and getting direct updates right to their phone from me. And if you haven't done so, check out the Next News merch shelf below this video for the latest gear. Stay strong, America. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this. Share this now.